You feeling better after last weekend?
Yeah, most definitely. I got hit with the flu or something. I had 103 temperature. I was in the bed the whole time, so it was probably a good weekend for me because I needed to relax and get my body right. So it hit me right perfectly for regionals because I would feel so disappointed in myself if I got sick for regionals.
How does your preparation change after not pitching last weekend?
You know, yesterday we did inter squad and I pitched to live batters, so you know that's always good to see where the strike zone is, how the ball is moving, and going back to film for when I was successful on the mound. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this week.
You made the adjustment from high school to college, at least statistically, it seemed pretty easy. Was it easy, or were there major adjustments you made early in the season?
You know, coming in, I had to kind of reset myself and my body mechanics. There's some things off, and I had goals that I wanted to work on with certain pitches, and I really focused that on in the fall. And I feel that since I've been so focused on those goals personally for myself, that I really haven't been thinking about, oh, I'm at a college level, I'm at Oregon. I just got out there and just thrown like I've always been.
Was there a moment when you realized you were going to do just fine?
No, I still think about it all the time, thinking, what if this? But, you know, I had that kind of head case for like 3 weeks of just kind of, I don't want to say negative, but just me getting myself in my head and questioning the strike zone or my pitches at the time, or not trusting coach with the pitch calling. And I think after Florida State, I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I got a couple more weeks left of season, and that's my freshman year. And I think that's what I really look at now, is that it's almost over, and that's the scary part, that I'm not guaranteed any more games after this week, even after this weekend. So I think going out there thinking this could be the last game of my freshman year is what's really going to push us.
That Florida State series seemed like kind of a coming out party for the team, but particularly for you, you went head to head with one of the best pitchers in the nation. You came in a high pressure situation and got through it and picked up the win. How did you kind of change maybe your mindset coming into that situation and going forward after that?
You know, I really didn't think about the 3 weeks that I struggled before that. I just thought about, hey, this is what I've become, this is what I did. I looked at film from Arizona State that I thought I did pretty well, hitting my spots, looked at film that was more positive than negative, and just found the positive in everything, and not thinking about anything and just trusting my team. And that's what I did with Florida State. And I kind of had to come out there and be like, this is for my team, this has nothing to do with me mentally or anything. I said, this is a team sport, it's not a personal sport.
Entering that final game against Arizona, which you guys won, but you struggled for a couple weeks prior to that. What was the confidence taking me into that locker room? What was the state of the team at that point when you've gone through some rough patches, losing to UCLA and Arizona? Where are you guys at?
Yeah, going into the Arizona game, I think with the Arizona game, I think I found myself that I was struggling with the heat, and that's not really good for OKC. I think everyone's thinking, hey, Maggie, you're putting some sleeves on and we're going to make you sweat out there to get you ready for OKC. But I think going out there, I was already in my head before the game even started, and my preparation before that, I just thought I was worried about too much about what was going on in the other dugout than in my own. So I think, is that answering your question?
Yeah, how'd you break out of that then?
I think just consistently working with my teammates. I know before Florida State weekend, we were watching film of Florida State, and I was like, I don't even want to see anything. I don't want to see anything. I just watched their pitcher. I didn't even watch their hitters. And Coach K and Gwen were in there, and we were watching film, and we were just talking. And Coach K is such a positive role model, and he's like, Maggie, you got some of the best stuff, and really spoke highly of me. And I really took that in consideration, because coming from Coach K, yeah, he can be hard, but when he says something that's positive, you really take it in consideration, because that's hard for him to say to you, you know? So I think taking that away, and Gwen sitting there saying, hey, like, everything looks good. Like, when I'm back there, I feel good with you. So I think taking that away makes me feel comfortable that my coaches and even my catcher is still seeing that I'm working through it, and I just didn't let up. And I think that's what meant a lot to me.
Did you know Miranda before you got here, and you guys just hit it off, or how would you describe your relationship?
I didn't meet Miranda until I played her my junior year in Boulder, Colorado in the championship game. It was the first time the East Coast team has ever made it to the championship game, and no one knew who we were. And she was already coming here, and at the time I was looking at Oregon, so it wasn't like official or anything. And that's when I met her. I just introduced myself, and that was just kind of how it was. And then I met her at the camp here, and I still wasn't committed at the camp, so it was just kind of like, maybe we're going to be teammates, maybe we're not. So I really didn't meet her until I came here when I moved into my apartment with her. So yeah.
Now you're roommates.
Yes. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, we're competitive people, so.
From hearing your name on ESPN on the selection show to this whole week leading up to regionals,
Do you get a sense of the stage getting a little bigger, and how's that affect you?
No, I don't think it's getting any bigger as long as you don't make it bigger than it is. And I think that's what we have to do as a team. I think, you know, watching the selection show is awesome because, you know, years ago I sat at my house and I watched it and said that is so cool that these teams are playing regionals, and I love watching the College World Series, and to think that I'm going to be a part of it is going to be even more mind-blowing to me. I don't think it's any bigger than anything, especially being in our bracket. It's just another game. It's just like preseason. You don't know who you're playing. You really don't know anything on the scouting report. It's just you're going to go out there and be fine, and we did phenomenal in preseason, so I look at it as just like preseason, and it's a new season now, so.
There's not a lot on Illinois-Chicago. If you do pitch tomorrow, which it sounds like it could be you or Miranda, how do you approach a team that you don't know a lot about?
I've been really focusing on not worrying about who the team is. It could be Arizona, it could be Washington, it could be Florida State, or it can be Chicago, and that really shouldn't matter to me. I should still go out there and pitch my game. So looking at that, I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm going to go out there and dominate the strike zone, and I'm going to put my team on my back and start the momentum going for postseason, because I think once we get in our groove, we're going to be fine.
And you guys are feeling as good of a groove as you have all season right now?
Yes, most definitely. I know the energy's high, everyone's excited. I know for the first 3 days after the selection show, everyone was talking about who's in our bracket. Like, I feel like I know the bracket in my head now, so I'm like this and this, and if this person wins, but you know what, I can't even think of that. I just gotta think about us in Chicago and going at it.
Is it hard, as a freshman new to, you played tournaments your whole life, I'd imagine, or since you got into softball. Is it hard to maybe not look too far ahead and see some of the matchups that are potential down the road?
I'm going to approach postseason as if it was a series in pack play. That's I think my mindset, especially being 3 days this year. So I'm just going to imagine it being pack play. You never know. You know, there's three different teams that come out during pack play, even though you're playing the same team. So I think I'm just going to approach it as that. And I think it's going to be more fun to play different teams. So I look at that as an opportunity to go out there and just try something different. So I'm very excited to play teams that I have never played before, or even not even know anything about, because it's not going to be any pressure on me.